Alright, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. The biggest news of the NBA over the weekend, over New Year's weekend, was obviously the Immanuel Quickley, RJ Barrett trade for OG Anunoby. What else was included? Malachi Flynn, Precious Achua. But of course, today's video is focused on Immanuel Quickley and his value that he's going to add to the Raptors the rest of the season, and hopefully, long term as well, as he's a young, explosive point guard. It was the sixth man basically of the year candidate for the New York Knicks, and they decided to move on. And I thought both teams did well in the trade. Knicks got what they wanted. OG is a 3-and-D player who can fit next to Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson, and be a pivotal part of that Knicks team for years to come. He's still only like 26 years old. And they took a swing. They got rid of their backup point guard, who Immanuel Quickley, obviously, and then RJ Barrett, who I said, like I said, is less. I think OG is a better fit than RJ was on that Knicks team, just because you had too many ball handlers, too many drivers on that team. So OG is kind of a spacer. He can shoot too. Of course, shoots better than RJ from three. And I think RJ, he needs a good start in Toronto. But obviously the focus of this trade, and I think the reason that Raptors fans were pretty happy with this trade was, even though getting pretty much the last piece of their championship core given away, they were still happy with the fact that they got a long-term point guard, a guy who can shoot threes off the dribble, a guy who can, like I said, he can play make. He's explosive. And he's probably the best shooter on the team, to be honest. He's already taken 5 threes in this game, made 5 threes in this game, and he looks like a good candidate to make that leap from not just backup point guard who can come in and score in bunches, but actually lead a team and be their star point guard, which the Raptors haven't had probably since Fred VanVleet, and of course Kyle Lowry before that. So it feels like they needed their next guy, and they actually traded for Lowry. Remember, he was a backup in Memphis. They traded for him, and he turned out to be an all-star. Fred VanVleet, of course, I forget, it was a second round guy, but of course out of Wichita State, and he became an all-star as well. So they're hoping the same thing can happen with Immanuel Quickley. But let's get into his game last night. Had 5 threes, 26 points, 5 assists for the Grizzlies. So showing that playmaking side as well. In this clip, he's just gonna grab the ball off the deflection, off the rebound, kick it ahead to RJ Barrett. Of course, this is where RJ's at his best, running in transition. And then here we go in transition again. Immanuel Quickley pushes the pace. I feel like the Raptors needed some speed, inject some pace into their offense, so that it's just not bogged down with Scotty and Siakam. Scotty can run a bit as well, of course, but Siakam and OG, they play a little bit more of a slow game. But I feel like if you have like Quickley, RJ, athletic, want to run, and of course Quickley can shoot as well. You already see that coming off basically the handoff from Pirtle. Gets a nice open look, and of course he has a deep range as well. He shoots about 40%. He's been shooting about 40% from 3 as well the last couple seasons, so he can light it up. Once again, pushing off transition, nobody picks him up. Once again, lights up a 3, and he's still only 24 years old. Him and RJ only 23. RJ's only 23 years old as well. Kind of feels weird that he's actually older than RJ. Once again, it comes off a handoff. Nobody goes to him. And he's, this is the type of threat that he is. It's actually a smart play by him. You can see on this one, he cuts through on this side just to confuse RJ. The Memphis Grizzlies switch, then they don't know what to do on the next pick and roll, on the next handoff. So another open 3 for him. Of course, 5 threes, 15 points. That's, he can score in bunches, and he did exactly that. This time he comes off a handoff. Once again, they're like you see, most of these points are in transition, Coming off the handoff and gets a floater to go. His float game is good. So, when the defenses jump up on him, he's quick enough to blow past them and get to his floater. And then transition, fast break, gets a dunk. Like, people are comparing him to Tyrese Maxey, and Tyrese Maxey has basically been a, solid all-star, if not all NBA player, and I'm not sure if he has that type of ceiling, but you can see that he's ready to take that leap, and we'll only see how far he goes. And of course, he's going to be a free agent this season anyway. So the Knicks kind of had to let him go if they weren't going to pay him, because you're already paying Brunson and Randall, and you're probably going to have to pay OG. So, and of course, they're always looking for that next star as well to pair around those guys. So, their cap was getting a little tight, getting a little hazy. So here we go again. Quickly coming off the screen. John Morant gets caught a little bit, and that's exactly what the Raptors have been, claiming for since Fred left. Once again, like you see, defense is in transition. Little quick drive, driving kick to Scotty Barnes, who's been an improved 3-point shooter as well. So, him and Barnes and RJ can make a really good trio. And of course, whatever they get for Siakam, or if they decide to keep Siakam as like kind of that cornerstone player, Siakam is probably still their best player, but of course, he's going to be a free agent this summer as well. So, they might be looking to move on from him as well. Hopefully, get some assets. You can see just his 3-point shooting is just like electric. Like, come off the handoff. Luke Kennard's just not even. He's at the 3-point line, but look what Quickley is at the logo, and Quickley just shoots it and lights it up. He was excellent in this game. Like I said, 26 points, leading scorer. You can see he's bringing new energy. Like I said, Siakam's probably still the best guy on the floor, but I'm sure he's happy to have Quickley setting things up for him, and a guy that he can play off. Once again, you can see that it comes off the screen. Jaren Jackson kind of waits because he's expecting maybe a floater, and this is a game that he can improve on as well as mid-range game. I'm sure he's capable, but we just haven't seen it that much with the Knicks. But nobody steps up to him and he knocks it down. So yeah, really impressive performance from Immanuel Quickley. It's exactly what they wanted to see. Like, in his, just in his second game, doesn't even know the offense fully, just, getting buckets in transition, taking what the defense gives him when he's open off of screens, when he open off of, some players playing drop coverage or not quick enough to, close out to him. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think. Who won the trade? I think it was a pretty solid trade from both sides, like a B plus on both sides, with potential for an A potentially for the Raptors, I think, if Immanuel Quickley becomes that star level point guard like a Tyrese Maxey. But yep, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.